Where, oh where do we go when we die? A non-threatening child's poem explaining death through the metamorphosis of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Where, oh where do we go when we die? Asked a child with a tear in his eye. My mom won't tell me, neither will Dad. Whenever I ask them, they're very sad. Of course, said Grandma, I'll explain it to you. But first, let us have a cookie or two. When you understand, you can share it with friends, that death is the beginning and not an end. Now, where do we go when we die? Well, just like a caterpillar leaves its body when it becomes a butterfly, we leave ours on earth, then away we fly, and our souls take us high up into the sky, just like the butterfly. But what is our soul? Is that what you say? Why, our soul is the breath that we breathe every day, because our bodies are too heavy to take up to the sky. That's why we leave them when it's our turn to fly. We sleep on the clouds, we wink through the stars, play hopscotch on planets like Venus and Mars. We kiss through the wind, we laugh in the rain, and never ever feel any pain. We light a candle on the moon to brighten the night as we hum a little tune. We warm the days with the shining sun and watch over you when day is done. So now you know where we go when we die, and the reason God made such a beautiful sky. Children do wonder, what death is all about. And I felt it would be a very good idea for a child to get a picture that would not be scary, a mental picture of death in an unscary way, because we all have to face death at one time or another.
You don't, but everybody else may.
And so, it's very important for them. And so I always write poetry on important things that I think is important. We all have life stories buried in our brains. For some souls, to repeat them can cause unwanted pain. So sorting out the good parts leaves me exercising my brain for parts that are not needed to relive again. Since looking forward, not back, avoids reliving the past, of reawakening sorrows that are best leaving at last. Well, I wrote poetry for everybody. I just wrote poetry. If I saw something and it appealed to me, or it was very meaningful to me, I would write it in poetry. And I always feel that people that are poets have inherited the soul from a past gone person in their families. I'm so certain of that I could almost tell the world that you have certain talents within you that are inherited, but many people don't seek to find them. And how do you find what talent you have? It's by doing what you feel that you like to do. And if you like it and you work at it, you become in love with it. And that can be poetry or any other talent that you may have that has nothing to do with poetry, but it is a talent that's good for people like you and me. How old am I? I have to stop and think because I've blocked my age out. I was born in 1917. That makes me 100, I believe, because we're in 2017. I was born in August. I have to wait till August, or am I already 100? I haven't quite figured that out.
You are. Congratulations. That's amazing.
There you
I
are.
would have never known.
I'm surprising myself. Well, I don't think about age very much, except when somebody says, "How old are you?"
I have to stop and think. Backtrack.
You have to stop and think, right? Well, age is just a number. Age is the way you feel. And some people are able to maintain the feeling of youth, which I thank the good Lord above that I've always been able to not feel old. What is success? To work and strive, to hope and pray for a goal with all your might, to climb that ladder rung by rung when the end seems out of sight, to fall, get up, try again and again, truly preserve, then finally see your moment has arrived. Your greatest dream has become a reality. Some people, when they are stressed, when they feel that they're old because of the number. And it's not a number, it's a feeling. And that feeling is what makes you old or young. And you could be an old lady or an old man and be forever young. It's according to how you mentally address yourself. I am always amazed that I could be a soul in love with poetry. A rhyme within that I could divine within a short, very short space of time. And so I thank whatever talent inherited by me from another soul was gifted to me. Those wonderful words which were born to me, written in the words of poetry. Keep abreast of the times and do things that you love to do. That's the whole secret. If you love to write poetry, sit down and write poetry. If you like to write books, if you like to listen to music, it's just doing things that make you happy and you bring out the happiness to other people when you're with them. But other people, I have, unfortunately, some friends that are very sad about their age, and it makes them very unhappy. And it's not a good idea, but they can't help themselves, they say, because they feel that they just don't like being old. But old is a number. It's how you feel and think. A drug named a hug. A drug named a hug is good for our hearts. Whenever we're hugged, our circulation starts. It's the best medicine, so let's give it a try. You can use it to say both hello and goodbye. And remember, a hug means much more than a touch. It's a gesture of love that our souls need so much. And it shows that I like you so very, very much. When I'm with my grandchildren, I let them ask all the questions and, about aging and everything else. And they seem to know and understand. And they like to talk about things like that. Some people don't like to even think of themselves talking to a child about age. And if they ask me, I tell them. I don't force it on them, but I will tell them. Terrific. That's very, very well done. Well, happiness belongs to you. You have happiness is in your heart. You either recognize your happiness or you recognize the sadness. You are what you make yourself. What you feel is what you are. And if you're going to be always looking for something bad to happen, you're an unhappy person. You're going to live an unhappy life. But if you always feel, well, something didn't happen that's good, something didn't happen that I wanted to happen that was good, but the next time it'll be better. You always have to look for the good parts of life. If you search, you get what you search for. You are what you look for. And if you look for good things, you find them. If you look for bad things, you find those too. And you learn how to cope. Life is a coping thing. You have to be able to cope on both sides of the fence. You have to have some bad things to learn how to overcome them. And you have to have good things. You don't have to have them, they come to you. I believe what you do in life is what you get fed back to yourself. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you always get the same thing back. And it's just as easy as that.